guaranteed the ultimate, unless Luna's going to get an Aghanim's upgrade and then she can set it to an AoE or a hero, then it will be fine, but she's not going to be able to get to that in this game. And if she does, then this game's gone too long.
Yeah, exactly. And so Team Empire have one more picks to go.
Oh, the Clinks.
Clink spanned out. I think it's a pretty good pick.
It's not a bad hero up against Chen.
It'd be good against the Chen at the very least. And you could go around the map sniping heroes like the Zeus. And your damages output is so insanely high with just that you could rip apart the Visage even with his Gravekeeper's Cloak. So Empire, one pick to go.
Yeah, who's it going to be? Is this an offlane Tusker? Or is it going to be a support Tusk?
I think it'd be a support Tusk with the type of game this is. I think you need an offlane hero that can keep things back and survive against this kind of combination. Because Luna isn't the best hero at pressuring, and it's actually going to be the Viper pickup for Empire. And this might actually mean an aggro tri-lane.
It could be. Because you got Dro buff up for everyone apart from the Tuskar as well. Depending, like, you can wait and see what Burden United's going to be picking up as their 5th hero. Because if you think Dro Ranger can go, or actually, you can just move the Dro to the mid. Actually, would you want Dro up against the Zeus, or you still want the Queen of Pain up against the Zeus?
I think both do fine against Zeus. Like, Zeus is one of those heroes that, unless the other player kind of misplays and gets into a trade scenario, should be okay. Like, his damage, you know what the hero does. Like, it's not surprising. There's not a lot of outplay potential with the hero. Like, he's gonna throw arc lightnings at you. As long as you kind of don't get into inefficient trades, I think you're okay. I think what VP actually did is they aggressive tri-laned with the Queen of Pain plus a... I can't remember what the other two heroes were. They definitely weren't Vengeful Spirit and Tusk though.
Oh, we get Mr. Sandy Claus coming up as our last one for Burden United. So we'll be a SK, Zeus and Lena as the pushing combination. I don't know if this is enough, man. I really don't know if this is enough.
I think with this pick though, you're not 100% pigeonholed into going into an early game fight. Like with heroes like Sand King and Zeus, you can kind of scale okay into the late game just because the jump potential with Sand King is always high. Zeus puts out damage no matter what. Like, not everybody's going to get a BKB. And yeah, Yoki's actually going to be playing that Queen of Pain. And it's like we said, good opportunity for an aggro tri-lane. Leave Silent in a one-on-one position. Viper's one of those heroes that rarely lose in that type of position. And then just put the Dro mid to kind of act as like a walking aura of sorts. Like, she just stays alive mid. She'll provide damage to the rest of her lanes without doing anything.
I'm interested to see too about detection up against Soshka. Because Soshka could just sit in that off lane. If he wants to, and just be in Sandstorm the entire time.
Yeah.
But if they bring Sentry Walls down to that bottom lane, then he's going to get zoned out. In fact, you actually see him. He's with 1 obs and 1 Sentry, so he's making sure that they can have a as best they can SK offlaner.
Yeah, and Empire so far, as Zerka has just informed me, I don't want to take credit for that, are 9-0 with Tuskar this year, and so can they keep this 10-0 streak going?
Is that on the current patch, or is that just for this year?
I think it's just for this year, right?
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be insane if they played 9 Tusk games already, Toby. Like they
I know.
They definitely would have banned that if that was the case.
I didn't think Empire played so many games as that. Well, Empire, they're going to smoke up, and Sing Sing, he's the closest. Resolution, the smoke's going to break on him, but they're going to move very aggressively into the BU jungle, and this was to be expected as well. It's to contest up the Chen jungle, to make sure that Nuts cannot get control here. And he's only got 1 sentry ward.
Yeah.
That's all that's available to him.
This is one of those moves that if you get a kill, you're really happy with. If you don't get a kill, you're still happy with, because like you said, this move isn't designed to get a kill. It's meant to catch somebody out, yeah, but if you don't get the kill, you're okay with it. Like this, get the wards into the jungle, try to slow down the effectiveness of the Chen as much as you possibly can.
Well, let's have a look at our lanes and see if we're right about the laning phase. So to start with, Yoki is in fact going to be playing the standard Queen of Pain off lane. That puts Resolution in towards the middle lane as the Dro Ranger. Tuskar, Aloha Dance, and always going to fly Vengeful Spirit. They'll be playing this roaming game, and they might eventually end up down there with Silent on the bottom lane. He's up against Sochka, who's taking this offlane as the Sand King. Nuts will be the Chen, who feels completely out of his own jungle, so he's going to be heading into the Radiant jungle, and that's why these supports from Empire are hanging around. Come with me is the Visage heading down south, Mango in hand. Sing Sing will be the Zeus in the mid, and that leaves our top lane, Necroman, Luna, with a very beautiful set.
Yeah, I think this is also to secure their own jungle, make sure that the Chen doesn't come into here as well.
Yep.
And I guess the Queen of Pain would be okay in one-on-one scenario over here, but Come With Me is heading over, but he's going to take a little bit of time. So this should mean some free experience for Yoki right now, who should have an easier time with the Dro aura, especially against a hero like Luna CSing.
2 sentries down, he found 1. I'm watching Chen try to get his jungle back again, and that one's just in range. So he's got 2 of his camps back, but he doesn't get rid of the Obs ward, and there's still 1 more of the camps being blocked out by a sentry ward.
Yeah, it's going to take some time for the creepy camps to spawn as well. He does get a Centaur, so Lina should be okay with this right now. And at top again, Queen of Pain just getting in position. Blinks out because she doesn't want to get into a straight one-on-one engagement with that Grave Chill on her, and now she's willing to fight though.
Yeah, but she's also got the vision advantage with that Observer ward. And come with me. He doesn't really have that many consumables. He's got the consistent one, and Yoki, get out of there. I was waiting for the Lucent Beam to drop from the Luna and just buy a little bit more time for Come With Me to attack into her.
If Come With Me was level 2, I think she commits to that, but I think as is, they know they'll just send her back, force her to pop the salve, and they're okay with this kind of trade to harass. And
we've got a mid gank coming.
In this mid lane, Resolution's so
way
far
too
up.
far. He's got to run down the river right now if he's going to try and survive this one. It is only the Centaur, so they can't slow him down. But if he tried to walk back up the hill, it would have been the worst timing in the world for him.
And a good move by him though, Toby. Like, he responded instantly to that. Like, he no hesitation. He doesn't try to run back. He actually just starts marching down to the side. And it does buy Sing Sing some time though to get some farm without having to use his Arc Lightning.
I really expect nothing less from Resolution. I put a lot of pressure on Resolution primarily because I just know how good a player he can be. So watching him just perform nicely. Snowball in. They're going to go for Sochka, but that Snowball's going to chase him up on top of the hill.
Oh,
he can Sandstorm, but they got Sentry Wards as well. So King of the Hill is going to belong to Team Empire. They get first blood again. And, well, they're stuck. They have to wait 6 seconds and then Snowball out.
Yeah. I think that this is an awkward position for them to be in, but still getting the first blood, you're perfectly okay with that. They can't really get out of here, though. No,
they need Sochka to move over because they have to target a unit.
This is like the clowniest thing I've seen in quite some time.
Potentially Silent Low could... Wow, Silent Tower hurts you. He could drive the creep wave down.
Yeah, I think that's actually what he's going to go for.
That's going to be the
now.
best way to do it. Except...
The creep wave's ready here.
Okay, he made...
There we go.
No,
oh, no! He didn't take
no.
Oh my god, he didn't have time. Oh, he's going to be so mad about that.
Why did he instantly roll?
He probably smelled funny. It's okay.
Now, the poor vengeful spirit. And like, it looks like you can get across, but this isn't a walkable path. You can't get over here. The trees are removed, but what's he gonna do? Stun? Sochka's realizing that he's there. Okay, he's gonna snowball from the low ground and get themselves away. Wow, the burning of mana is real.
That actually just took like 2 minutes for them to accomplish that full sequence, but I'm still happy that it happened. Like, I needed entertainment. That was fun.
What happened on the offlane in the meantime? Man, look at Yoki CS. It was a horrendous game for him in the last one as the Earthshaker and took forever to catch up. And this one seems to be starting exactly the same way. You got a momentum-based hero, if I can put out English words, who currently only has 3 CS and 3 levels. I suppose the levels aren't that bad, considering it's a quap off lane, but you're not going to find item progression here. And it's not like you can just take out stacks and catch up.
I think the point of his hero, though, this game, is just to try to be annoying and come with me in this top lane, and kind of make it difficult for the Luna to get absolute free farm.
It's ball time. They're coming up for Sing Sing. The serve is his way. Always want to fly. Didn't have mana for a stun. He was just short, so he threw out the Wave of Terror instead. A little bit of miscalculation coming out there of the timing of it.
And they were all ready for that as well. My Nuts was in position, and as well as Paris, but now they're going for the smoke gank. I like this move.
I actually don't think they were expecting the gank to come in. They were just there at the right time because they wanted the smoke gank.
Yeah, Resolution has to be a little bit careful. I actually think maybe you forego this kill, push out top, and then pincer in, because getting the kill on Resolution right now in this mid lane is a little bit difficult. But getting a kill on Yoki and taking down the tower is definitely feasible with the heroes that you have, but unable to do so now that they have to back out.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that Empire fell for the gank, because if you look into the Dire Jungle, this ward's been here the entire time. This Observer ward hasn't left. So they would have seen the fact that both the Chen as well as the Visage were moving into the mid lane.
They probably just thought they had a little bit more time and
just stun and get the hell out of there kind of thing.
And now Paris has gone all the way from bottom of his top lane, and it looked like he was going to farm out that stack or stack it himself, but sees that the bottom lane is being pushed out by Silent, who's doing a good job right now. Like, he's completely pressuring the tower in, and this is what you want.
Kill Nuts. They got to. Well, then again, can they kill Nuts? No,
I don't think they can. Yoki would have to rotate, and he is actually right now.
They had the vision for it. So yeah, Yoki's going to move over. They put him inside the ball, and they have to go before Yoki's ready to run. So jump themselves up, and then the Wave of Terror. This time there is the stun available, and Yoki will blink himself up. Resolution also came in to give a bit of a hand. So they kill off Cham, they take out his army, and nothing massively is lost. Not for Empire as far as time goes.
Yeah, and the big thing about that as well, Toby, is that they killed the Mud Golem and the other creep as well. Like, just taking out Chen creeps is so huge. Like, you saw how hard they committed. Even if somebody rotates over, they're like, get these creeps, get out. And now they're actually going to rotate into an aggressive scenario where they're just kind of running around the map, seeing what kills they can get. And they get the ward on this high ground in the jungle as well.
Yep.
And they're just trying to keep Minots as low leveled as they possibly can.
As well as Soshka. Is he going to...
Oh, they got to be careful right now.
He's fine. He's fine. He's backing up.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I'm also going to flag something else. The fact that basically BU, something has happened which you never ever want to have happen. The Drow Ranger is finding levels and farm. You're getting both of them together. This is the 3 Wraith Bands plus the Treads build. So you're looking to buff up everybody else. And look at the... Okay, obviously the double damage route is blowing us slightly out of proportion right now. But the bonus damage you're giving to everybody who is range on the map is 35 bonus damage. Everyone but Tuskar has 35 bonus damage. And this is on top of like Silent, who's already managed to claim the tier 1 tower in the bottom lane. They take the tier 1 tower in the middle lane too. But if you get slowed down by a Viper who's got bonus damage and then his increase of damage through the Nether Toxin, it's going to be very difficult for BU to just deal with the damage coming out from Empire. Even if you do have a Hand of God, which you don't have yet. Minots is still level 5.
Yeah, they've done such a good job of isolating him out, slowing down this farm, and I think that's what they had to do. You've got to put Chen in this kind of defensive position where he feels uncomfortable, and he can't really get into a farm trade either because at this point they've warded so much of his jungle for so long that he hasn't had time to rotate around the map, and the 2 times we actually saw him smoke have been unsuccessful. So Empire right now have done a good job of keeping pressure on before pressure can get on top of them. And this top tower as well, like you're so used to seeing it go down with the Chen in the game, but it hasn't been able to be pressured.
Sing. Getting locked in the ice shards and stunned up. Yoki does not want to be part of this at all. He can't take the fight. He doesn't need to.
Yeah, and the best thing that you could do right now if you're Burden United is try to get your Sand King a little bit of farm. Pressure up this top tower and Sing, yeah, he's come as well. Like this is a pretty hard commitment for them, but at the same time, Resolution just continues to farm out the jungle. And look at how aggressively Silent's position. Like, he's just been farming this tier 2 out.
Including the Visage who we just killed.
Yeah, like, how long have we talked about that where it was like, it almost felt like 3 minutes ago he was pressuring this without any sort of rebuttal. And what is there for rebuttal? Like,
there's nothing. Like, the whole idea with the first 3 pickups from BU, we were sitting there going, okay, it's going to be pushed. Like, you pick yourself up a Visage, a Chen, as well as a Luna. You're looking to take out early towers. You're looking to get up in the face of Team Empire and just force the mispositioning. But because they didn't get the Drow Ranger pickup, and then this Cop as well as Viper, even without having a big item progression, they still got huge amounts of damage because Resolution found this level 6 so quickly too. Not to mention his level 8. You got 4 points up in the aura, plus having the ultimate. It's just really difficult to deal with, and they got no way to force the issue. Like, cause we're getting crowded. The jungle, like, Soshka's actually so far away, the Sandstorm wasn't connecting. But he's having to farm up the jungle while Minots is sitting there, losing his army time and time again, and being unable to restock it because the jungle is just too crowded.
yeah, remember that one time we talked about too? It was like there was a game with a Bow Rider and a Sand King already in it, and then you were like, maybe they take a Bow Rider, and we're like, no, actually, because the jungle just gets so crowded. You need the jungle open for heroes like this in that bottom.
Can't wait, he's dead. Dead to the world. You have a Luna come in to drop 1 Lucent Beam, but it doesn't really matter up against a Viper. He's got 3 points up in the Corrosive Skin, starting up pretty heavily into the mech already. So everything's looking great. Yogi's the man who's in the most amount of trouble here from BU at the moment. With the rotation up, the Burrow Strike will connect with the Zeus Bolt, and Yoki will not be able to blink himself away in time. So BU get a good pickup, but they have to convert this into a tower.
Yeah, and I think they should be able to. They've got enough Chen creeps. This tower is quite low, and nobody in Empire is in position right now, but I mean, I can't talk enough about the job that Silent's done. Like, this bottom tower, the fact that he's done 100, he's gotten 152 HP by himself. Like, that's insane. And they might actually go for a smoked Roshan here.
Yeah.
There's no vision, yeah. This is so huge.
It's just so easy to trade too when you're able to pick up a double damage rune on Resolution.
Yeah, and that's a 10-minute roach going to go the way of Empire, and I think this is going to mean the tier 2 tower at some point at bottom as well. And good kill though by Burden United in mid.
Well, they end up killing off Aloha Dance right in the middle of the river. Now Gust. Well, that's the first Eclipse down, and Viper, if we can get there in time, he'd love to chase it, but they're not going to be able to chase him.
Yeah,
And there's no way you want to fight into one Legacy Immortal Drow Ranger, but to a double damage Drow Ranger.
yeah, I can't even believe that Necroman decided to go for that, because even if he gets his ultimate off, like, you're still going to get popped in 4 shots by Resolution, and the Viper's rotating as well. Like, there's no chance for that. And like you talked about, like, that Gust played a huge role. Like, he just gusted him and then ran away.
Resolution. A little bit of trouble. There goes your Gust. So, no stomp for the creeps, no more control. Actually went for the clap creep as the first one that was used.
Yeah, and they just zone out. They're getting into a farm more like they did last game, and they definitely can, just because of the amount of farm that Silent and Resolution have. A passive game like this heavily favors them.
Oh, yeah.
Radiant's bottom
Because
tower
it's not
is
just
under
like
attack.
one of the passive games, too, that we're talking like, hey, we just wait 50 minutes and then we win the game. This is the passive game
Dire's
into the
top
mid
tower
game.
is under
The Drow
attack.
Ranger is now level 11,
bottom
12
tower
minutes into
is
the
under
game.
attack.
This is a level 2 marksmanship. There's 60 plus agility that she's just got. And after selling this Wraith Band in the side shop, she'll also be looking... Okay, she picks up a TP scroll.
Radiant's middle tower
But you'll
is
be
under
looking at
attack.
having the Yasha as well coming up. So
Dire's
the
top
agility
tower is under
is just
attack.
racking up more and more. Now it's 45 plus damage on everybody else on Empire apart from Tusker.
Yeah, and Silent right now, they have to pressure him. Like, they have to get the kill off on him. If he can actually just TP out, though, it would be such a big commitment right now, and they're actually sending
How do
in
you
the
even
birds.
pressure him, man? Like, the rest of Empire can TP down the bottom lane and they can fight this one, so he can't TP out with the familiars on top of him. But here come the mass TP, so Silent, he'll cop a large amount of damage, and there wasn't as much TP support as I thought. They came a little bit too late. The wave of terror is going to be there.
Aloha
The snowball in from Aloha. He's got the sigil down, but there's more than enough damage to return the kill. And now in comes the Drow Ranger, almost 2 hitting down Mind Nuts. Has to back up to the tower at Empire. This is the overextension, the overcommitment you did not want to do. Resolution's going to get loose and teamed up. And Burden United, the buyback has come in from the Vipers. They're going to try and punish the pull, the dive in here. But what have you got? Okay, is Resolution back up the World of Living because the Aegis Immortal? Slowing down Necroman, but they have to move to a different target. Sochka Burrow striking and sandstorming underneath the tier 1 tower. Mind Nuts walks in to die. And Burden United lose 3 on the end of this. It costs a buyback from Silent and the burning of the Aegis.
Yeah, but you're okay with that. Like, Silence buyback right there. In this kind of meta, it's hard to justify buybacks, but that was huge, because if Resolution goes down as well with the Aegis, he's going to go down another time without the Viper there. Like, they needed some sort of fodder for him, and that's Silent. So Silent with a good play, heads up, being able to get that. But at the same time, Empire got a little bit too aggressive. Like, Aloha Dance literally rolled himself into, like, 5 heroes with, like, 3 creeps. That's a little bit of a questionable play. I don't know what the end result was meant to be.
At the same time, I think the Chen mismicroed and walked himself underneath the tier 1 tower, so...
Yeah, so a little bit of sloppy play by both teams, but still good rotation by Resolution and Yoki to get down there to help out Silent, who buys back to help them out.
Resolution's got so much damage. He's got an Alpha Wolf sitting on the back because he got the helm with the Dom. So you got 30% plus the 51 that he's getting out of himself. Like, he's almost hitting at 300 damage a hit.
I've never heard anyone so excited to just kind of read base damage numbers from a hero.
Dude, it makes Drow Ranger even sexier. Mind Nuts
my
in so
God,
much
let's
trouble.
not
They're
get
gonna
into
go for
this.
the Eclipse. And Necroman, there is a Viper strike. They don't have a Son available, but is there a damage? He misses up the hill. There's not enough damage anyway. But Sing Sing, well, they're chasing after always want to fly with these Visage Familiars. They just lost one of them. The drop will come in. Looks like Sand King was able to pick off Queen of Pain back inside the river.
Yeah, and he doesn't even have to burn his ultimate, and Yoki getting caught out there is actually quite decent for Empire right now, or Burden United. So Burden United, though, they're playing around this mid tower, and Empire have just kind of taken control of their jungle, and it's just the amount of damage that their heroes are able to put out.
Do you want to read out the base damage of Drow Ranger?
I
Radiant's
don't.
top tower
Oh
is
my
under
god.
attack.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, stream. This isn't on me.
Just on me. It's unnatural.
I don't even feel like this way about Storm Spirit, so I don't understand where this comes from, but
Silence in a lot of trouble. They're going to come with me right in his tail. And Missile Assumption damage, doing absolutely nothing. Stick charges and mech is still available too. So getting the kill is probably not possible. We've got one rogue creep, which has betrayed the Radiant side. Because Necroman was able to dominate it.
yeah, it kind of looked awkward there for a second, but Silent's able to get out, buy a little bit more time for Resolution, who just continues to farm out this top lane and this Ancient stack over and over again. And as this game kind of goes, it's kind of going in the same direction as the last game, right? Where, yeah, the kill score looks pretty close, but at the same time, if you just take a look at the net worth, it's always been going the way of Empire right now. Like, there hasn't been enough pressure from Burden United, and Empire just kind of playing this bend but don't break style where they wait it out, see what they can get out of it, force overextensions from Burden United. And Burden United, whatever moves they have to make have to be so clean. Like, they've got the Blink Dagger on the Sand King. They really have to make a lot happen with this.
That's actually okay, well there's your Blink Burrow Strike to steal the rune. But that's the first time you've just revealed the Blink Dagger over on Soshka. The feeling I'm just having is Burden United, like, it's not just taking one fight, it's taking multiple fights up against Empire and keeping that pressure on all the time. But how you meant to do that when you're basically losing out in trades almost like all the time? Like, you got the jungle being farmed up right now by Empire. They're going to keep doing this. They're under no pressure to make any kind of action. But then you want to battle into a Viper who's insanely tanky, as well as the ability to give like life back to the rest of your teammates. A Tuskar that's causing so many problems through the fight as well. The Dirt Ranger is giving everyone so much damage. And then, like, what else do you get? Like, this is probably going to be the easiest pickup they could find, which is Over and Always Want to Fly, using those new stuns of the Mud Golems to keep the control there. But this is the smallest victory you could potentially find on the map.
Yeah, but these Mud Golems, they really help out my nuts, especially against heroes like the Drow Ranger. You're going to need some burst damage, and they lock down the Queen of Pain pretty well. And that's the thing that is kind of going Burden United's way, is that this Queen of Pain hasn't had the best effectiveness. 1, 2, and 3 so far. Doesn't really have the best item progression. Looks like she's going to go for drums of her own. And it looks like they're actually kind of going, like you said, for this mid-game style. Like, there's drums picked up as well on the Viper. There's drums as well on Yoki. So no BKBs on either of these heroes.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to wait too long. If you wait too long, the Drow and like the Luna can get both Manta and BKB, then you could find yourself having a lot more trouble during the team fights. And a good epicenter, primarily for control, not for damage. Even though both will still be good. Like, that's what can give BU the advantage up against Team Empire. So you try and force it before they get these items up, before they start getting more levels. And when I say force it, I'm not saying shove it down their throats and go past the tier 2 tower. I'm just saying slowly siege down buildings and make BU come out to you.
And Resolution about to farm out a BKB of his own right now. I think that's absolutely huge right now, and I think that's the timing that they should wait for. There's no reason to kind of go before that point. Yoki gonna blink out, does grab a haste rune. And all of Empire's kind of gathered up for this. They are they are smoked up. They see the Alpha Wolf. Yoki gonna be the one to take that down.
If he can hit it. He missed it the last up hit.
And he's gonna run into them.
He actually walked down, gets Walrus punched to death by the Tuskar. And this should be the tier 2 tower in mid now.
Yeah, Resolution's rotating over. But meanwhile at top, looks like Burden United are just kind of baiting out this come with me. But I don't know if this is going to even matter, because this mid tower is going to go down so quickly.
Yep. There's too much damage for them to try and repel. They get a little bit of tread on the bottom, which was a Necroman was pushing. But Always Want to Fly comes in to defend this. And you're taking out the tier 2 tower in the mid, so more injection money into Empire. And B is now going to worry about this economy. In fact, Necroman is a little bit too far up. It's starting to get in. He's able to get the poison attack off. They go into the Eclipse, but then VS swaps him out. And Ten's already sent back the Eclipsing Luna. So Minuts will end up dying. The Centaurs are running around. He's only got one more stomp really available here. So now you're going to lose your Chen army as well.
Yeah,
Problems.
This would be so huge right now if they could get rid of all of these creeps, because it just
they can.
More
Resolution
time.
Sitting there.
Yeah, Resolution though storming out. He's like, okay, I've got time.
I'm going to get rid of all the little mini golems as well. Turn around and stun, boys. Turn around and stun.
Just not enough time. I mean, Resolution's got so much farm now. BKB, Yasha, Helm of Down with 1k gold on top of that.
11k net worth for under 20 minutes. What are we actually looking at as far as is... Whoops, that's not the button I wanted. There we go, gold per minute. So 566 is what we're sitting at the moment.
He's going to be really happy with that right now. And the pace of the game, again, we keep talking about it, but it's really benefiting Empire right now. I think I saw Minuts about 6 minutes ago have this same item progression, and just because they haven't been able to take any towers, no Roshan, no team fights, his item progression has essentially been ended. Whereas Empire just continues to skyrocket.
BU, they have to start taking something soon. You can't just sit back and let them farm, because we're going to get to a point where the money is going to let them have the advantage. Like we saw Viper buying back on the bottom lane. You mentioned it directly after the fight. You just tank up for the fight, you become that sacrificial lamb, getting to blow as much of their mana or abilities as possible, and then you just come back because you know you can win the fight and then take objective after it. And what does it cost you? Shy now of 1,000 gold for a buyback. It's not that much when you think about the greater picture.
Oh, definitely. And at bottom right now, Silent runs into two of Burden United. Looks like he's just going to kind of back out. Both sides don't seem to really want to reveal what's going on, and I think they're both a little bit afraid of what could happen. And they know that Roshan's up as well now.
And Empire's got the well, they did have the perfect ward down for it until dewarded. And Buddy Zeus. You can't put a ward anywhere with Zeus. Not the predictable wards while Zeus is on the map.
Yeah, they have to be a little bit sneaky with how it goes, but right now Empire not really in a position either to just place aggressive wards that BU won't be able to spot out, and maybe now is the time to go for this bottom tower. It's been set up for so long, Toby. Like, remember we saw how low it was this entire game?
It's just outside deny range, and there it is. So Empire, they'll be claim out the second last out of tower of Burden United. But how much further did they go? Because the next tower is all the way up on top lane.
Roshan. I think they should go for Roshan, and then they
and
can
then
go
just
for that.
go straight down bottom, take out the tier 3s, force a fight.
I think you can go for that tier 2 at top. I don't think there's any reason not to when you've got the Nagus advantage. And you can force Burden United to be in this awkward position where they either fight this or go for the split push, and they looks like they opt to go for the split push, but Empire okay with this. If you get resolution, a Nagus, a BKB, a Yasha, at this point, he's just going to mow you down. This is level 16 as well.
You called it, man. The TPs are coming to the top lane. Leave a couple of players behind to mop up the mid. And more than likely, with these three guys in the mid, they could actually move slightly more aggressively into the dire jungle and try and secure it before you take out the top tower. Or they can just move as 5, which is the safer option.
I think they can just move as 5, take out top, and it's too hard for Burden United right now to respond. Like, yeah, you've got the Sand King with his Epicenter level 2, but you'd have to burst down somebody instantly, because Silent is about to pick up his BKB as well. If they lose this tower, the Dro has her BKB and an Aegis on top of that, with an Eagle Song. Oh man, the amount of damage she's going to put out. And Yoki's going to go for a BKB of his own as well.
Do you want to count it?
It's a lot.
It's almost 500.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's almost 500 on resolution.
If you think about it like that, that's actually insane.
Welcome to Aura Strats. They're coming back. Mid TPs did arrive as Aloha Dance has been given the task of defending the mid. The fortification will slow them down. They do also have Yoki's moved in as the Queen of Pain. The top can just be taken out by the Viper. He's got more than enough damage by himself. As Aloha Dance playing the bait game. Snowballs in, goes for cover, he tosses him up and towards the air, and now Resolution on the high ground. So let's trick at that BKB of his. He might be waiting for the Aegis. Soshka can't move anywhere. He's going to force up, but Resolution's going to kill him off. And that Epicenter did very minimal work. You still did lose the Vengeful Spirit. Remember, that's the negative aura that you're getting. And Resolution's even going to mop up one of the familiars on the way out. We've got a split up fight. My Nuts TPing out inside the jungle. But Empire know what they came here for. They want to kill off Necroman if possible and just push the issue. The BKB has gone off from Resolution. Maybe a little bit prematurely there. But they've managed to bring down 2 of BU, take out all the ultimates. They're trying to mop up these familiars as well. There's no resummon available. But they can just go up for mid-racks.
Yeah, they know that Sand King ult isn't up. They've got 4 heroes alive on top of that. They are kind of low, and Yoki's going to go for this bottom rune, but I think especially with the Sand King ult not up, and you don't really have a lot of Chen creeps on top of that, yeah, they've had to go and heal. You've got some time to take this tower down, and you don't have the burst damage anymore without the Sand King to really put it out, but Silent's going to get stunned up, but Glimmer capes himself away with the help of Aloha Dance, and that bird flies in from the back, but it's not going to do much.
Nope. Already Empire bailed out of that. It's just such a quick hit and run when you got that much damage from Empire. You take the tier 3 tower, you back it out. Burden United, they're back up alive, so why force the fight? You guys are the ones who are so far ahead. In fact, if we look at our gold advantage, it's reaching very quickly 10,000 in the net worth. And the experience is also leveling up at just a similar rate, sitting at 7.5k at the moment.
On top of that, you've got like kind of a tricore. You've got 3 heroes that scale pretty decently into the late game. Whereas for Burden United, your hopes are kind of on this Luna. Yeah, the Zeus does okay, but the Sand King's effectiveness kind of starts to peter out a little bit. On top of that, your Chen's seen no farm at all, so his item progression is kind of killed. Yep. And the Aghanim Scepter, even if it comes on Come With Me, I think it's still going to be a little bit too late.
I'm actually wondering if Chen's got enough mana for the fights. You've basically got Mech and Hand of God.
Oh yeah, you're right. That actually burns through like 400 of his mana off the bat.
Uh-huh. because there's no arcane boots on the turn. There's no extra mana pool to work with here, or any other items which are going to give that regeneration or just mana pool.
Silent's just kind of playing with impunity right now. Like, he pushes down mid pretty much by himself. Like, Aloha Dance is there as well, but you don't want to just count on him. Nobody really in position to help him out, but it doesn't really matter at this point. Like, Burn United, they can't get into a fight where they chance it going on a Viper of all heroes.
Well, time to butter up BU. The fly is done for Dro. They're going to find one small option, which is Silent, who's just farming up Ancients. Burrow Strike to come in. The commitment isn't fully there, and Aloha Dance sitting in the sidelines. They did drop down the Zeus ulti, but Silence tanked through all of this, so Thunder God's Wrath doesn't do much. Really, even the Soul Assumption does very little as well.
Yeah, and I think that Zeus ult was popped just in case they wanted to go on Silent, and they wanted to know who the backup was behind him. So definitely don't walk into that hill if you're Empire. They might be able to catch Come With Me if he's not careful.
They may not care. Like, you just BKB and Silent goes up. While Yoki, there's his BKB. And yep, snowball in after Come With Me. That's going to get the kill. And look at the BKB just go. Minuns has no way to get out of this one. He'll end up getting mech'd up but died as well. And Sand King, TP out, not in time. 3 players lost from Burden United and Empire. Look like they have a clear hold on this game at the moment.
Yeah, they just marched down. This should mean at minimum a set of racks. They could even go for this bottom.
They could even go for GG push if they wanted to.
I think that if the Sand King ult is used like that, like it was used on both the BKB targets, Empire don't have anything to be worried about. Like, it's primarily the Sand King ult that's going to be doing most of the holding for them, but Sand King just doesn't have anything like a Veil. There's not a whole lot of damage that comes out on him, and Empire just death-falling down Raxes now.
Yep. The only one they can't take is top. Tier 2 tower still there. But at this rate, they could stick around for the fight if they feel confident enough for it, which I think at this point they've got to. Like, mop up the buildings, clean up everything you possibly can. This Wild Wing, just being a spectator on the sidelines. Let's look at the range racks in mid. Yeah, they'll do it the old-fashioned way. So the mid's already going to go down. Viper just pummeling into it. And looks like they're trying to pull the Rocks Kiss, pull out, smoke up, and then come back in. They're not going to come back in. They just smoked and left.
I think they can just keep going for top. They know that the Sand King ult is still down for quite some time. The Luna Eclipse is available, but at this point Empire have 2 BKBs and their cores don't really care.
Yep.
And there's a Glimmer Cape as well on this Tuskar, and I don't even know if they have enough for things like gems. Like, they do have 1 sentry, but it's not going to mean too much.
He's just coming up to fight. Blink fires, they go on a resolution, and well, there's your snowball, picks him up on the way through, and then he turns on the BKB. He got a little bit more space with the Gust, pushing back Necroman away from him. They just want to beat down Come With Me, and there's still more than enough damage. The Familiars are being a nuisance, but they've now lost their damage output, and this should be the last fight. Necroman surrounded, and there it is. GG is the call. Team Empire will take 2-0 victory over Burden United and get themselves a winners bracket final position in the D2CL.
Yeah, absolutely dominant game by them. This game felt like they were a little bit more patient with how they played it out. And just taking a look at who's joining us, and we can discuss the game a little bit more.